My advisor's retiring, now what? We get that question a lot. Tips, tools, and what not to do if your advisor's retiring right now on Retiring Today. Welcome to Retiring Today. I'm Molly Nelson, and I'm here with Clint Huntrods and Loren Merkle. Loren is a certified financial planner, a certified financial fiduciary, and a retirement income certified professional. And Clint is an investment advisor representative. Guys, I'm ready for some stats. Are you ready for some stats?
We're ready.
What I want to know.
Anytime.
Okay, so here it is. So 2024 is this peak year for retirees. They're saying that 12,000 people will turn 65 every day in this country. And Loren, it's the baby boomers. They are retiring at the highest numbers ever in 2024.
And this phenomenon has been taking place for the last 7 to 8 years and is continued to take place for at least the next decade as the baby boomers do make this transition from the working world to the retirement world. And that is going to have a ripple effect in many different ways on the economy, the markets, and the overall workforce. And guess what? Retirement planners, advisors are a part of the 12,000 people retiring every single day.
Yeah, it makes sense. So the people that are watching this show, a lot of them we know are 10 years out from retirement, 5 years out from retirement. And if they look around and they see that their advisor's kind of in that same age range, they might be thinking about retirement too.
And on average, they are. The statistics tell us the average financial advisor's age is 55. And 1 in 5 financial advisors out there today are over 65. And so, as you mentioned, that retirement boom is going to hit the financial advising industry just like it is many others.
Okay, so if you're looking at your advisor and you're thinking, oh yeah, they may be retiring, we're here to help. So we want to talk about maybe some of the questions you could ask them, some of the things you can be thinking about, and maybe what's next for you as you try to decide where you might be going. Because Loren, you guys have sat with a lot of families, a lot of individuals, and they'll tell you, hey, my advisor's retiring. And sometimes it was kind of a surprise to them, and there wasn't really a plan for them going forward.
Yeah, I mean, if you're having a joint retirement party with your advisor, you're not having a good day. Because this whole retirement thing, it is a big transition, and there's a lot of decisions that you have to make that you've never had to make before, and you want your trusted advisor to be a part of those decisions in a very active way. And if your advisor is retiring a couple years prior to when you want to retire, or even 5 years after you retire, there's a lot of decisions that advisor is not going to be on your team anymore to help you make, and you have to make a switch to somebody else. And there's a whole interview process and a whole process that goes with trying to get to know your advisor, the advisor capabilities, skill sets, and then your advisor also getting to know you as far as what you want your retirement lifestyle to look like, in addition to the resources that you have to help you provide that retirement lifestyle. So making sure you have somebody on your team that helps you too, but also then all the way through retirement, potentially 20, 25 years, that's a really important step.
Yeah, I know. I've heard this story from one of our retirement planners. Sometimes people just get a letter in the mail that says you've been reassigned to a person that may or may not live in your community. You may or may not have met them before. They may or may not even work for the same company that you were just working with for 20 or 30 years.
Not just company or not just community. We recently had somebody that was reassigned to another advisor out of state. And so now they're directed to report to somebody. They live in Iowa. It's to somebody in St. Louis, Missouri.
The stories that we hear are plentiful. Recently, there was a story where their advisor retired. They were reassigned to another advisor within the office, this time within the state of Iowa.
Yeah, right.
And 6 months has gone by, and they still have not heard from that new advisor. And they're sitting there wondering, what should I be doing with this phase of my retirement plan? There's decisions that they know they have to make, but there's nobody there that's active to help them make those decisions. That is a very common storyline right now.
So if you're thinking about retiring, Clint has got some great information for you. You're making this really digestible, Clint. A good way to think about this entire conversation.
Yeah, so we're going to walk through a checklist that you can walk through at home if you'd like to. And these are some things that you should be thinking about as you're evaluating the upcoming retirement that you have and the advisor that you're currently working with. So we've created a 6-question checklist that we'll walk through. The first question is, have you heard from your advisor within the last 12 months? If you have not heard, and we hear this a lot, that's maybe a family hasn't heard from an advisor in 18 months and 24 months, it really begs the question is how much attention is that advisor paying to your plan and to your accounts? And you have to evaluate, hey, is this going to be the right fit moving forward? So question number one is yes or no. Have you heard from your advisor within the last 12 months? The second question, do you have a written plan? And is this written plan something that you are confident in and that you know is going to help you have a successful retirement? We have a lot of families that come to us and they have an investment plan. It's really thin, basically just account statements with a slight more amount of information. And that really isn't going to help them for all the decisions they're facing in retirement. From the income planning conversations and questions that they're going to have, to tax planning, to healthcare. Do you have a written plan? Is it something that you trust, believe in, and believe is comprehensive enough to ensure that you're going to have a successful retirement? Question number three, is your advisor willing to educate you on the planning decisions that are in front of you? We have a lot of families that come to us for the first time that say, my advisor talks over my head. They use a lot of financial jargon. I really don't understand what they're saying all the time. And ultimately, they don't always know what strategies are being utilized from an investment standpoint, or they really don't understand what those strategies are, what the purpose is behind them. And so the third question here is your advisor willing to help take time and slow down and educate you on exactly what your plan looks like and all the different decisions that you're facing? Question four, is your advisor reaching out to you during milestone years? Do they have reminders set for when your retirement date is, when you're about to turn 65 and you have that Medicare eligibility, you want to make sure that you're getting onto the right plan? Another example is when you turn 59 and a half. Is your advisor reaching out to you and letting you know that you now have opportunities to think about what can I do with my 401k investments? You likely, depending on your 401k rules and guidelines, you may have the ability to roll that out into an IRA, take control over it, and then now you have the entire array of the market to choose from for investment strategies. Is your advisor reaching out to you proactively during milestone years? Yes or no? Question number five, is your advisor helping you elect Social Security? Very common that when we're working with families for the first time, they ask their advisor about Social Security decisions. The advisor said, well, why don't you just go ahead and elect Social Security and let me know what you decided. When it comes to Social Security, this is a massive benefit, upwards of $1 million for the average married couple. You've paid into this for an awfully long time during your working years. You want to make sure that you're maximizing this, and you want to make sure that your Social Security decision fits within your income plan and your overall comprehensive retirement plan. This is one that you want to make sure you get right, and you have help in order to do so. Question number six, this is the last question that we have. Will my advisory team be there for the next 20 years? I recently had a retire-ready phone call with somebody for the first time. We were getting to know them a little bit, and they said, hey, we've got a great relationship with our advisor. We trust them. We believe in them. They're awesome. And I kind of said, well, why is it that you're calling us? They said, well, our advisor just told us that they're planning to retire in the next 2 to 3 years. Well, guess what this couple's planning to retire? They're planning to retire in 3 to 4 years. And that gave them a chance to really evaluate and say, hey, this is not the person that's going to help me the rest of the way through retirement. They've had a great relationship so far, but now they're looking to take ownership of that and think about making a transition before retirement hits, and they have an awful lot of moving parts in their overall plan. So kudos to that advisor for letting them know and clearly defining what their plan was, because it really gave this family a lot more control to be able to plan for retirement in a lot more seamless and smooth transition type of way. As you walk through this checklist, this is just something that we had created based on the conversations that we have with families every day. So there's not really a set number of how many yeses did I have, how many nos did I have. Is it 1, is it 2, before you start to really evaluate, hey, is this going to be the right fit moving forward? Maybe it's 5. You answered 5 no's. That's something that you really want to evaluate. Is this the right relationship for me moving forward? And if not, what are we going to do about it? And we'll talk more about that as we go further.
I really like that checklist, because it puts some concreteness around this decision of, do I have the right advisor? In the advisor conversations that we're having, are we talking about the right things? Because not all advisors are the same. And when you're looking at something as important as a transition from working to retirement that could last 20 to 25 years with so many decisions you never had to make before, you want to make sure you have the right team of specialists on your side. And as you go through that checklist, I think if you can check yes, check affirmative to 5 out of those 6 questions, you're probably in a pretty good position, and now just work towards that last 6. There's probably not too many of you out there that can check yes to all 6 of those. That's okay. 5 out of 6 is pretty good. That's a great place to start. If you're well below 5, then you have some work to do in a reevaluation of your relationship, and the conversations that are being had about your retirement should take place.
Okay, so if you are below 5, maybe you checked a lot of those as no's. Don't worry, stick with us. We're going to have some action steps you can take coming up.
You dream of a happy retirement, but there are some big questions to answer first. Do I have enough saved? When should I take Social Security? How will I pay for health care and keep up with inflation? Go to merkleretire.com to schedule a 15-minute retirement checkup call to talk directly with a retirement planner and get answers to your important retirement questions. The first step to your retirement starts with a 15-minute retirement checkup call.
The Merkle Retirement Planning Team provides personable and professional expertise unrivaled in this area. They include us in every step of the planning process. The peace of mind provided to us by the Merkle team allows us to fully enjoy this special time of our lives. Instead of feeling snakebit, we feel confident that with the Merkle Retirement Planning Team at our sides, we can navigate any challenge that comes our way.
Merkle Retirement Planning. Your retirement starts here.
Do I have enough saved for retirement? When should I take Social Security? Which Medicare option is best? How do I plan for inflation? Sometimes the road to retirement starts with more questions than answers. We're here to help. Join us for our upcoming Journey to Retirement workshop. Get answers and start your retirement journey with confidence. Our online workshop includes information on Secure Act 2.0 and changing retirement rules. Visit retirewithmerkle.com to register for an upcoming workshop. Your retirement journey starts now.
Anytime I have even the smallest question about my accounts or what effect the latest tax law might have on my situation, the Merkle Retirement Planning Team is always there and quick to help. I'm so glad they treat you like family. I'm so happy to have such an excellent team working for my future and ensuring I do the best to achieve my financial goals.
Merkle Retirement Planning. Your retirement starts here.
Welcome back to Retiring Today. I'm Molly Nelson here with Clint Huntrods and Loren Merkle. Now it's time for a segment we're going to call Your Journey, Your Questions. This is when we take your questions from our online Journey to Retirement workshop and we answer them right here, because guys, we figure if people are asking them in the workshop, the viewers, the watchers, they might be thinking the same thing.
Absolutely.
Let's get some answers to these questions. Okay, so this is from a recent online Journey to Retirement workshop. My husband passed away recently. I'm 62 and retiring at the end of the year. I was told I can take my husband's Social Security now, and if I do, it will not affect or reduce the amount of my own Social Security when I start taking that at age 67. Is that true?
The answer to that question is yes, that is true. This is a survivorship type scenario. Her husband passed away. She has a multitude of options. One of the options she has is she can take her survivorship benefit, continue to allow her benefit to grow up until age 67, like she highlighted there in the question, or she could even wait all the way up until age 70. Now, the answer to what she would actually want to do is going to be very dependent upon a lot of different factors. But the answer to her question is definitely yes.
Yeah, we recently started working with an individual. This could be her question that she answered or she asked during the Journey to Retirement workshop. Subsequently, we had a phone call with her, and then she came in for a Retire Ready review where we were able to dive deeper on this question. And when her husband passed away, she knew she had a benefit by researching online. Her kids were helping her out, but she really didn't know what it was or how to utilize it. So she said, I'm going right to the source. Online research is not enough. I'm going to set up a visit with the Social Security Administration, go into their office, and they will be able to help me better understand this.
Good for her.
Unfortunately, it was a little bit of an underwhelming experience. They weren't really able to talk to her about how her benefit interacts with the survivor benefit. They really just gave her a sheet of paper with a bunch of numbers on it. and said, here you go, this is the information you need. She walked out saying, that doesn't help me at all.
How disappointing for her.
And so as she came in and visited with us, we said, we'd love to see that sheet of paper. And immediately when our team saw it, we were able to understand exactly what it is. And it wasn't the pretty statement you oftentimes see from Social Security. It was more just really generic, and it just had a list of different numbers. But those were the benefits that her survivorship was going to be offered to her.
And I know she was hoping for more out of Social Security, out of the administration, but they actually did exactly what they were supposed to and able to do, which is provide her the numbers around the different benefit options she has. They don't have the context of the different investable assets that she has, what her lifestyle needs require from an income standpoint, any of the other planning components. So they can't tell her what she should be doing. They can just give her the information, the facts as they know it, and then it's up to her then to take that information, apply it in her retirement plan to really determine of all the different options she has, which is going to be the best for her. What we highlighted in this question is she could have taken her survivorship benefit, allow hers to grow. But another option that is frequently taken in this situation is she could have taken her benefit at 62 when she retired and continued to allow her survivorship benefit to grow all the way up until her age 67 and then switch over to that benefit. So if you are in a survivorship situation, there's a lot of options you have when it comes time to electing your Social Security. Let's make sure we look at all of those different options so you have a lot of confidence in that you're making that right option going into it.
You can get answers to your retirement questions during that online Journey to Retirement workshop. Go to retirewithmerkle.com right now, and you can sign up for a time and a date that works for you. We'll continue talking about what to do if your advisor is retiring next.
The Merkle Retirement Planning Team provides personable and professional expertise unrivaled in this area. They include us in every step of the planning process. The peace of mind provided to us by the Merkle team allows us to fully enjoy this special time of our lives. Instead of feeling snakebit, we feel confident that with the Merkle Retirement Planning Team at our sides, we can navigate any challenge that comes our way.
Merkle Retirement Planning. Your retirement starts here.
Do I have enough saved for retirement? When should I take Social Security? Which Medicare option is best? How do I plan for inflation? Sometimes the road to retirement starts with more questions than answers. We're here to help. Join us for our upcoming Journey to Retirement workshop. Get answers and start your retirement journey with confidence. Our online workshop includes information on Secure Act 2.0 and changing retirement rules. Visit retirewithmerkle.com to register for an upcoming workshop. Your retirement journey starts now.
Do you wonder if you have enough saved for retirement? Will your money last as long as you do? Will taxes, healthcare costs, and inflation derail your retirement? Get answers. Schedule a 15-minute retirement checkup call today. We can cover a lot in 15 minutes, including strategies you can implement now to start your retirement journey. Schedule a call at merkleretire.com. The first step to a confident retirement starts with a simple phone call.
Anytime I have even the smallest question about my accounts or what effect the latest tax law might have on my situation, the Merkle Retirement Planning Team is always there and quick to help. I'm so glad they treat you like family. I'm so happy to have such an excellent team working for my future and ensuring I do the best to achieve my financial goals.
Merkle Retirement Planning. Your retirement starts here.
Welcome back to Retiring Today. I'm here with Clint Huntrods and Loren Merkle. We're talking about what to do if you think your advisor might be retiring. Clint had a great checklist for people. And I know someone watching checked more no's than yeses, and they're a little bit panicked, and now they want to know, what should I do?
Yeah, what should you do? We definitely don't want you to just do nothing. We would encourage you to evaluate that checklist, think about your situation and evaluate, is this the right advisor for you? And if you don't have all the answers, we would encourage you to ask your advisor some of these questions. See what kind of answers you get, talk to them, and if you have a good collaborative relationship with them, you should be able to help figure out, are they the ones that are going to carry you for the next 10 or 20 years of your retirement? Or do you need to start looking at something else?
So Clint is saying, point blank, say, what's your succession plan? that's okay, right?
Yeah, ask what the succession plan is. That's a conversation that we proactively have with the families and individuals we work with. In 2011, there was 2 of us. And ever since 2011, that has been one of my top priorities, is building a succession plan. What happens when I can no longer show up to work every single day, whether I want to because I retire or something happens outside of my control and I just can't be here as a part of the firm anymore? We want to make sure that the families and individuals that we serve are still being served in the plan. So this is why now today we have a team of 22 specialists that work on behalf of the individuals and families we serve. So if one person, including me, can no longer come to the table, the whole team has been working on their plan and understands what to do.
And I'm so glad Loren said something about the great team that we get to work with, Clint. It's a bunch of really good people. If we had tons of time, we'd talk about every single one of those 22 people and how amazing they are. But for people who aren't familiar with the team approach, what does that look like here at Merkle Retirement Planning?
Yeah, so with a team approach, we can help you through that comprehensive retirement plan rather than just a more narrow investment plan. Just think about the example like we mentioned earlier around healthcare. As you reach 65, you're going to have some new healthcare decisions you've never had to go through before. That's where Anna Marie Morrow, who's our Director of Healthcare and Medicare, can help to evaluate what your plan options are, what's going to be ultimately the best plan for you. And we have a team of specialists just like that in all these different areas, from tax planning to legacy planning, to be able to help you to develop a comprehensive retirement plan that's going to help you moving forward in retirement.
Yeah, it's a whole team of people, Loren. And for people that maybe aren't familiar with what a whole team can do, they can put together a plan that's got all these pillars that deal with all of the what ifs, all of the what's coming in retirement.
There needs to be at least 6 pillars that go into your retirement plan. One is the lifestyle. This is the stuff that you've been dreaming about doing all of these years, from this time that you have this newfound freedom of time that you can do just about anything you want to. So that's your lifestyle plan. And then the other 5 pillars are how you afford, how you pay for the lifestyle. So that's the income plan, tax planning, legacy planning, healthcare planning, and then of course the investment planning. Those are the 6 pillars that should be addressed within your customized written plan. And it takes a full team of specialists to effectively do that and then continue to revise the plan as things do change.
So if these pillars are kind of a new concept to you, that's okay. We understand. It might be the first time you've thought about legacy planning and investments in the same kind of conversation. There's a great way to learn exactly what this means, and it's our online Journey to Retirement workshop. You can go to retirewithmerkle.com. It's on your screen right now. And this workshop's great. Choose a time and a date that works for you, and then get comfortable, because you're going to spend about 2 hours, and it is time well spent, because what Loren and Clint and the other retirement planners are going to do in that online Journey to Retirement workshop is take you through the pillars, but not only through the pillars, Clint, you make decisions through the eyes of a hypothetical couple. They're about ready to elect Social Security. You help them choose the best option for them.
Yeah, and as you walk through that hypothetical couple, you can see these are obviously the customized decisions that they're going to make. They're not necessarily going to be the same ones that you will make, but you will be able to take away a lot of different lessons and a lot of different experiences based on that lens that you can see through their retirement. And that ultimately is going to be some things that you can apply to your retirement and will help to get you thinking about how these different 6 pillars comprise your retirement plan and can help to ease that transition into retirement where there's an awful lot of moving parts.
And Loren, you get a lot of feedback from people after they watch the online Journey to Retirement workshop. They can ask questions, which is really great for you. Some of the questions we answer here on the show, but they also see some stuff that they never thought about before. And some of those numbers and some of those cost savings or putting more spendable money into John and Sue's retirement, it's really eye-opening.
And a lot of new concepts, like the concept of how to develop a recession-resistant portfolio. Recessions happen all the time. We can't control when the recessions happen. You can't control when the recessions happen, but they do happen. Now the question is how does your portfolio react when these recessions happen? Can you still get the income you need from that portfolio to fuel your lifestyle? I was at the New Grimes Library the other day, and I was just walking through, just checking out the new library, and somebody stopped me. He goes, "What's going on in the investment markets today?" I'm like, we get that question all the time because the volatility that's taking place in the market. And this gentleman was retired, and he's thinking about how is he going to sustain retirement through the volatile marketplace. This is a top concern of most people. We do talk specifically about recession-resistant portfolio creation strategies in the online Journey to Retirement workshop, and we show you how the hypothetical couple builds their portfolio so they can get income no matter what takes place in the crazy market.
Yeah, so they can keep an eye on the Dow Jones if they want to, but they don't have to worry when the Dow Jones or the S&P or NASDAQ go way down. That's kind of the point of that whole thing.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about it nearly as much. Now, obviously, when we go through recessions, the world's kind of crazy. In fact, the world's kind of crazy anyway. Again, we can't control that. What you want to control is the type of lifestyle you can afford in retirement by taking action, being proactive, creating these plans, and having all 6 pillars within your plan. That is the way that you can really make sure you have the retirement you want. And a great place to get started is the online Journey to Retirement workshop.
This is Retiring Today, and we thank you for watching.
The Merkle Retirement Planning Team provides personable and professional expertise unrivaled in this area. They include us in every step of the planning process. The peace of mind provided to us by the Merkle team allows us to fully enjoy this special time of our lives. Instead of feeling snakebit, we feel confident that with the Merkle Retirement Planning Team at our sides, we can navigate any challenge that comes our way.
Merkle Retirement Planning. Your retirement starts here.
Do you wonder if you have enough saved for retirement? Will your money last as long as you do? Will taxes, healthcare costs, and inflation derail your retirement? Get answers. Schedule a 15-minute retirement checkup call today. We can cover a lot in 15 minutes, including strategies you can implement now to start your retirement journey. Schedule a call at merkleretire.com. The first step to a confident retirement starts with a simple phone call.
Do I have enough saved for retirement? When should I take Social Security? Which Medicare option is best? How do I plan for inflation? Sometimes the road to retirement starts with more questions than answers. We're here to help. Join us for our upcoming Journey to Retirement workshop. Get answers and start your retirement journey with confidence. Our online workshop includes information on Secure Act 2.0 and changing retirement rules. Visit retirewithmerkle.com to register for an upcoming workshop. Your retirement journey starts now.
Anytime I have even the smallest question about my accounts or what effect the latest tax law might have on my situation, the Merkle Retirement Planning Team is always there and quick to help. I'm so glad they treat you like family. I'm so happy to have such an excellent team working for my future and ensuring I do the best to achieve my financial goals.
Merkle Retirement Planning. Your retirement starts here.
You dream of a happy retirement, but there are some big questions to answer first. Do I have enough saved? When should I take Social Security? How will I pay for health care and keep up with inflation? Go to merkleretire.com to schedule a 15-minute retirement checkup call to talk directly with a retirement planner and get answers to your important retirement questions. The first step to your retirement starts with a 15-minute retirement checkup call.